Excellency Ban Ki-moon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Bill Daly, our host this evening, for your kind introduction. Mayor Daly and Mrs. Daly, Ms. Grace Perry, President of the Economic Club of Chicago, Mr. Marshall Bhutan, President of the Chicago Council on Foreign Relations, Ambassador William Lewis, President of the UN Association of USA, who did so much to organize this trip. Thank you very much. And distinguished Consul Generals in Chicago, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your warm welcome. It's a great honor and pleasure for me to be here and to speak with you this evening. One of my jobs as Secretary General of the United Nations is to establish a strong partnership with the United Nations' strong supporters, that is, United States of America. I can think of no place better to say this than in Chicago, the cosmopolitan center of the American heartland. This is a part of my ongoing efforts as Secretary General of the United Nations to reach out to the major American citizens to talk about the agendas and goals of the United Nations. United Nations and United States share same goals and objectives. That's a peace and security, development, and human rights. In that regard, I feel very much privileged to visit Chicago as my second such reach out to the American cities. I understand that this is the first visit by any Secretary General of the United Nations, and in that regard, I feel very much honored. In fact, when my plane was cancelled last night, I was so disappointed. This only second and the first visit by any Secretary General to Chicago might have been cancelled altogether. What worried me most was that one of my senior advisors came to me, look, Mr. Secretary General, we have a big problem. You better give up. Once it snows in Chicago, it may continue until springtime. I'm very happy to be here with you. When I was a young boy growing up in South Korea, I dreamed of coming to America. I think that might be the dream of every Korean at that time, because Korea was just over from this Korean War. I met many American soldiers, and they saved my country from communist oppression, acting on the ideals and goals and objectives of the United Nations Charter. There was no end to their kindness and generosity for their support, and I'm still very much grateful for their sacrifice and contribution of many great American people. I came to Korea first as a teenage exchange student in 1962 for the first time, when I lived with a lovely American family outside San Francisco. At that time I traveled 4 cities, traveling for 1 month. It was a great experience for me, as well as great shock as a young boy. But I've always had a special feeling for Chicago, even as a young man It always occupied an outsized space in my imagination, famous for its skyscrapers and its big can-do spirit. Chicago is a global city. It invented futures trading. It is the home to Boeing and Abbott Labs and McDonald's. This afternoon, I met some members of the Rotary International who have led a $600 million worldwide campaign to eradicate polio. Sometime this year, their work will be done. Polio will be history like smallpox. Think of that, a global mission to eliminate the dreaded disease, spearheaded from Chicago. I think that deserves applause. Now you have set your dream for 2016 for Summer Olympic Games. I wish you well. Having finally seen your beautiful city with its parks, millennium parks, and boulevard, I can think of no better setting for the Olympic marathon than your own. I didn't finish, in fact. Than your own magnificent mile. Just imagine that people are running on this magnificent mile, the marathon. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be a little bit more serious from now. Let me thank the Economic Club of Chicago and the Chicago Council on Foreign Relations for hosting this dinner. And let me thank all of you for coming. Marshal Bhutan stands ready to moderate our conversation, so I'll try to be very brief. First, our world is changing. The United Nations founded 63 years ago to save succeeding generation from scourge of war, as our charter famously put it. Today, however, the big issues are very different. We all know how global terrorism threatens governments and destroys societies. We know how infectious diseases can go global, and how an out-of-control pandemic could kill billions of people. We know how global warming threatens the planet. No nation alone, however resourceful, however powerful may be, can deal with such problems. That is my second priority. Now, operating effectively in today's world requires partnership. It requires cooperation, engagement, and dialogue, as well as global rules. That's where the United Nations comes in. The United Nations today is the world's only truly global institution. Americans sense this. Polls show that 74% believe the United Nations should play a larger role in the world.